Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen Paul from WinExtra bringing your daily brief for November 11th and number 43. It's going to be basically a two-topic show, well, pretty much a one-topic show today in light of some rather disturbing news that's starting to develop over Windows Phone 7. But I think, Paul, I think you and I should, sort of congratulate Microsoft on one thing at least.
Yeah, because this is the only congratulations they're going to get today. Because right now I feel like going out and slapping somebody up over the backside of the head at Microsoft. So the good news coming out of Microsoft today is that Kinect sold 425,000.
475,000.
Okay, there's a disparity between the title that I'm looking at and the content of the post. All right, well, okay, 475, just shy of 500,000 units of Kinect in the first 2 days, and we haven't even hit the Christmas rush.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to tell me that Kinect is not a hit, they can kiss my Irish arse.
And the bounty, it's been claimed. There is an open source.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it got claimed today. I think it was early this morning. Hector, somebody or other, has actually published an open source Kinect driver.
I'll be interested to see how long that lasts. I fear this is going to be very much a sort of Apple iPhone jailbreak sort of scenario where every time they push a software update, they're going to break the open source driver. I don't see Microsoft wanting Kinect to go onto too many other systems until they're ready to bring it to Windows and stuff. And you know what? I mean, really,
it took 3
right
hours.
Now, what is the application?
It took 3 hours for the guy to come up with the driver. 3 hours,
I know.
$3,000.
Well, that shouldn't be, congratulations to him, but really I don't see the practical purpose. There's a huge difference between developing a driver that will allow you to communicate with something to actually putting that into practical use on a software basis.
It's going to be interesting anyway.
Either way, it's going to be interesting, and either way, the sales numbers for Kinect are massive.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that. Now, on to Mr. Insanity himself, Steve Ballmer. And Technologizer has a write-up. The post is titled Steve Ballmer is Right. Basically because Steve Ballmer was called out as being completely insane
and delusional.
By Robert X. Kringley of InfoWorld, for saying that Microsoft is early to the smartphone game.
But just
waiting for that one to sink in before I give any commentary. Microsoft is early to the smartphone game.
It's not as early as iPhone or Android, but as Harry said in his post, really, when you think about it, the smartphone market is still in its baby stages. It's the largest number of cell phones sold are still feature phones. Okay?
Oh yeah, unequivocally, the largest cell phones are still smartphones. But you know what? I would also say that a lot of that has to do with the carriers.
Yeah.
Because the carriers overcharge for data.
Yeah.
If carriers just honestly admitted the truth that we all know down to our balls, because it's unequivocal. When you speak into your handset, it is turned into data. It is exactly the same stuff that is transmitted over the network as when you make a call, as it is when you watch a video from YouTube. If the carriers would cop on and make this admission, we'd see a price drop, at least in terms of the plans, which we might see more smartphones actually sell.
Instead of a voice and data plan being required, you'd have one plan, period.
Because it's all just data at the end of the day. It's all ones and zeros.
It's a scam that they've been pulling for years.
In terms of Ballmer, he is right in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, he's not right in the sense that, yes, Microsoft should have come out with a product a lot sooner, considering Apple and Google had moved into this area.
Yeah.
However, in terms of the market, this market is going to be around for the next 20 years until the next big thing comes along. And really, what's going to replace a smartphone except, well, you have to have some sort of personal mobile communications device and computer on your person.
Yeah, Star Trek. Communicator.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, well, they're useless. You still can't look at your mate's Facebook pictures on them. They're, you see?
No, it would be a holographic projection in front of you.
Yeah, but then you see, the problem with that is privacy issues. Because other people would see
so
it.
you'd have a set of blinders.
And then you'd walk into poles as you're walking down the street today. So nothing would have changed, really. But in terms of the market, he is correct. You know, this is really only in terms of smartphones as we know them today.
Yeah.
In terms of the iPhone and Android and Windows Phone 7, this is still a very, very new market. It's only 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And it's going to be growing for a long time. So in that sense, Bammer's right.
Yes.
The rest of the time, yes, the man is off his trolley and insane. All right, sorry about that, folks. We had a minor glitch in the middle of recording there. But we're back. We're back, and we're still going. Now, as I was saying, I hate to say this, but it may be time to sound the death knell for Windows Phone 7. I know we've been singing the praises about it for weeks on the show here. I know we've been saying how much we want one. But if the rumors and reports are to be believed today, then updates, which we had previously believed were coming from Microsoft and being forced out over the network, are now in the hands of the carriers. And if they're not 100% in the hands of the carriers, they at least have the ability to block updates, which means that very, very enticing update that is coming out very, very soon, i.e. cut and paste, we think, you may not get it.
You know, there's so much confusion around this right now, because we had the original post by EdBot, which was followed up by the one from Paul Thoreau, and now we have the one from Hardware 2.0 over at ZNet, and they're all basically as much as they want to try and tell us that we can relax, that it's, you know, Microsoft's got this under control, all we're being left with is we don't know.
The fact of the matter is that the carriers do have a hand in your updates, okay?
Yeah.
EdBot, right? Microsoft will push Windows Phone 7 software updates to end users, and all Windows Phone 7 devices will be eligible for updates. Eligible is the key word there, okay? You might be eligible for something, but it doesn't mean you can do it, okay? Then we have, you know, talk coming out of Paul Thurrott, who was talking with Joe Belfiore, who is the Vice President and Director of Windows Phone Program Management, who said that if a carrier wants to stop an update, they can. Now, the side story to this is that updates are supposed to be cumulative. So basically, a carrier is supposed to run a test and decide whether or not an update goes out. If they don't let a test go out on the first cycle, it's supposed to go out on the second cycle. But there's nothing stopping them from blocking them altogether unless Microsoft decide to deliver these things through Zune. Now, here's where things get interesting, because some updates will have to come through Zune, because the updates going out over the carriers are only up to 20 megs in size.
So really, our only salvation may be the fact that Microsoft can totally sidestep the carriers.
Yes, they could in theory, but based on the talk that has come out of Joe Belfiore, they're not going to do it. They've set up resources whereby AT&T, for example, have a testing center that Microsoft is hooked into to do dual testing with AT&T. Microsoft, cop the F on, all right? Right now, we need somebody to come out and say
Yeah.
emphatically and without any room for
Misconception,
any room.
yeah.
Exactly. They need to come out and say it straight.
This
What
is-
is the deal with updates
Yeah.
otherwise? If the updates are completely in the hands of the carriers, if they can block stuff, I'm telling you right now, Windows Phone 7 is D.O.A.
Yeah.
My
there we
video
go.
just went tits up.
Yes. This is where Ballmer has to, stop with the bullshit and stand up on a stage somewhere and say, this is exactly what is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, because if this isn't cleared up, there's a lot of people out there like us who might have been considering getting Windows Phone 7 for Christmas, okay? Now, we're not going to go out and buy it if there's this kind of ambiguity about the future of updates.
No.
We know damn well that the carriers are more than capable of screwing things up to suit themselves. They've done it with Android. There's still a lot of Android users out there who haven't hit 2.0. Never mind 2.2 or anything.
Well, Sean, 1 point something or other on his Android.
Exactly.
And he cannot upgrade.
And he can't do it. So, Microsoft, you need to let us know right now what is going on, or I, at the very least, will announce Windows Phone 7 to be DOA and that I will not be getting one.
Yeah. Okay, on that note, folks, and hopefully some clarification really soon from Microsoft itself rather than third parties. This is Steve. That's Paul. This has been Daily Brief for November 11th. Have a good day, everyone.
Thumbs up, folks, and thanks for watching.